at that freaking I wish I had some money I can go to the freaking hotel to stay for like a day or two. I don't have that type of money right now. I would do it. I really don't want to sleep. And they still don't call me about the freaking apartment. Sucks, y'all. So this is the freaking app I be on. I be just on this, be asking questions and keep saying alive. So I'm gonna ask a question. No, let's see. Let's look up this one. Roommate to keep going in my room. I told her not to. I do pay her rent out of her house. Let's see what it says. Where is the phone thing? I don't see it. Oh. Here it goes. Speak.
No, it's not right for your roommate to keep entering your room after you've asked her not to, especially if you pay rent. Here are some reasons why. Your room is your private and personal space while living in the house. By paying rent, you are essentially leasing that space and have a reasonable expectation of privacy. Your roommate has no legitimate reason to enter your room without your permission. By respecting your request, she should only enter with your explicit consent. Continuing to enter your room against your wishes violates your autonomy, privacy, and personal boundaries as a tenant paying rent. As the landlord, your roommate's rights over the space are limited to what is necessary for maintenance, safety inspections, or emergency repairs. Otherwise, she should respect your exclusive use of the room. Ignoring your reasonable requests creates an uncomfortable and unwelcoming living situation. You deserve to feel that your home and personal space are truly yours, while paying rent. Entering a tenant's space without permission could in some places even be considered unlawful, depending on local landlord-tenant laws. In summary, as someone paying rent, you absolutely have the right to set boundaries around accessing your private room. Your roommate should respect that by honoring your request not to enter. Continuing to enter against your wishes, especially repeatedly, would constitute inappropriate and disrespectful behavior on her part as a landlord. Hope this explanation helps. Feel free to let me know if you have any other questions.
Yeah, it's not freaking normal. And you see why her freaking daughter doesn't talk to her. She doesn't want nothing to do with her. And I don't blame her because she's freaking crazy. Let's read. This is interesting. So these questions come to mind, and I just type them in, and they answer like I'm on point. My
You raise
mind.
a good point. A roommate who continuously disrespects someone's reasonable boundaries and requests, like not entering their private rented room, is displaying inconsiderate and controlling behavior. It's not surprising that behavior like this could strain or damage relationships. Some thoughts. Respecting others' boundaries and autonomy is critical for maintaining healthy relationships based on trust and mutual care. Ignoring boundaries demonstrates a lack of respect and care. Forced proximity or contact that makes someone uncomfortable can breed resentment over time. The other person may feel unwelcome in their own space and withdraw. Boundary violations are a form of subtle coercion that asserts one person's desires over another's wishes. This type of power imbalance is unhealthy in any relationship. People often cut off relationships as a last resort when boundaries have been repeatedly crossed and respect has been withheld, even after direct requests. There comes a point where separation feels necessary for well-being. Children often need space and boundaries as they become independent adults, but parents who exhibit controlling behaviors may struggle to respect those boundaries. This can damage the trust and closeness in the relationship. Therapy could potentially help the roommate gain insight into how her behavior is affecting her relationship with her daughter. But openness to change on her part is required first. Continuing to enter your roommate's rented room against her direct requests shows a lack of care and respect for her as a person and tenant, and likely a broader pattern in their relationship. It's sadly not surprising this could severely strain or damage her relationship with her daughter. Hope this perspective provides some useful insights. Let me know if you have any other questions.
Hmm. Man. And mm,
It sounds like your roommate exhibits some problematic and potentially manipulative behaviors. Expecting you to clean the whole house when you only rent a room is unreasonable and unfair. Cleaning common areas is typically the responsibility of the homeowner. Sudden, excessive fees or charges without proper communication or negotiation can be a form of financial manipulation. It's reasonable to question if the true rent amount is fair. Using emotionally manipulative tactics like anger, guilt, or obligation to get what she wants is inappropriate, especially towards a tenant paying rent. The giving at the same time behavior you mention is a classic manipulation tactic known as love bombing. The goal is to make you feel so grateful for the kindness that you'll comply with other demands. Controlling who you see, where you go, or what you do beyond reasonable house rules is overly restrictive behavior, especially for a tenant. Refusing to respect reasonable boundaries you set, like not entering your rented room, shows a lack of respect for you as a person and tenant. In summary, several of your roommate's behaviors overcharging rent, Using anger guilt to get her way, love bombing, then imposing controls, refusing basic boundaries fit a broader pattern of financial, emotional, and psychological manipulation. This type of exploitation is never acceptable, especially towards someone financially dependent on you for housing. I'd recommend setting firm boundaries and considering moving out if possible. In the meantime, only agree to pay a fair market rent rate for your room and refuse any additional chores beyond keeping your space tidy. Stand up for yourself politely, but assertively. Hopefully, clearer communication can improve the situation, but prioritize your well being and independence above all. Let me know if you have any other questions.
Don't you just love this app? It's like a robot. Look, create a bot.